This is the Illest Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Pierre Sledge, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about, we're going to do a health and wellness check. And so, this is not my birthday week, but I have a birthday coming up. It's next week, Tuesday, I believe. And which is customary for me around birthday time is to reflect. I do this often. And the reflection isn't just on the previous year. It's usually on just my life in general. And one of the things that I've pride myself in doing and fostering is maturation and growth. And I try every year to look back and see it and make sure I can see it because while everyone probably has a purpose or certain desires, I suppose. The thing that I desire most is to be a well rounded person, to be a person who can love healthy in a healthy manner. That was a big thing in my past. I did not love in a healthy manner. I didn't really know how to love people with not conditions, but with just basically to a point, not to a point of detriment. And that's the way that I used to engage people. And I found this to be very, very unhealthy, especially when you grow up like me. And what I mean by that is that while I pride myself in being a man, I think that in the past that I have done things that I would say, and I would just say it. I know we're in a climate that people don't like to speak like this, but this is my channel. These are my thoughts. But I handle things in an effeminate manner, and I think the reason being is because while my dad was at home and he's always been in my life, my mother was the dominant entity in our home. I mean, the four of us, everyone knows that my mother was the dominant force in my home, and I was a lot like her in some ways, mostly in emotions. My dad didn't really have that, but my mother, so emotional, and I can think of things that happened to me in the past, experiences that I've had where my emotions didn't allow for a good decision for myself. And this would happen over and over and over, and good mental breakdown will make you reflect and think about changing these things. And that's exactly what happened to me. So once I had that, a healthy breakdown, it's not a bad thing because you can pick yourself up and you can come back better than ever, like a stubborn hair. You cut it, it comes back thicker. That's me. I'm thicker, coarse. But so I feel like that I've been able to bounce back, but to not make the same mistakes that I've made in the past. And a lot of that has to do with not making emotional moves, not making emotional judgments, not making emotional decisions. I don't like to make snap judgments. Even when I play poker, I don't like it. I like to think about my actions, what could happen, and the results and the circumstances, and also the ramifications of something I may do. And that's kept me out of a lot of things, a lot of troubled areas that I could have gotten into. And I love that. I love that I've been able to do that. But I definitely have seen the the feminine imprint on me from my mother being that force in my life. My dad was there and I got a lot from him, but I also see that the part that I got from my mother. And it's, I'm just kind of, I feel like that's the part I wash away. I try to diminish every year, to diminish more of that, because that's just not the type of man that I want to be. No offense to anybody who, this gender fluid culture that we're in right now. No offense to anyone. This is just the man that I choose to be. And I don't wish to be effeminate. I don't think that's the man that I am best uh, being in this world. So, I look at people that I've known for years, and some people that I used to know, and I don't really have contact with them anymore. But I think about the point at which things veered into a different direction, and most of these things have to do with when I went to college, and then I came back, and I found that maintaining these same friendships was dramatically different. Being that I feel like that when I went to college, there was some significant growth in me. And I think, and I'm not gonna just bust down these people like that, but I think in some areas I was seeing people doing the same things that they were doing the 5 years before I went to school. And it was, it's just not, I just wasn't there anymore. And I just didn't want to do that anymore. Like I lost, and there's just a lot of things. I mean, I didn't drink anymore or anything like that. And there's just how that's just how things went for me. And I didn't think it was a bad thing, but at times I felt like, wow, I mean, I never thought that I would not have friendships because I don't drink. Something as simple as that, but it's just something that I didn't need, and I still don't need it. So yeah, I saw people still doing the same things, and that wasn't it didn't fulfill me. I just didn't want to engage in certain things like that anymore. So we just kind of parted, and for a time, hurt my feelings, got over it. Understand that you don't have to be friends with everybody. Everyone isn't meant to be your friend for the rest of your life. Everyone isn't meant to be there at a phone call away from you. It's life doesn't work that way. Everybody gets really uh, indulgent into themselves, and then their families, or vice versa. So, and that's what a lot of them were doing, and they didn't have that time. So it made me become more resilient, more self-sufficient, and all that good stuff. But I feel like the friendships that I have now are much healthier than back then, um, because I've learned to be more controlled, to be less impulsive, and this this allows me from making these snap decisions or whatever. Like I said, I like to really think about things before I make decisions. Not even ones that are less significant. I just like to think about it, and that's a big thing for me. And in these years, hitting 52, it's a good number. 52 is Ray Lewis, great running linebacker. 52, I'll take that. And apparently, I don't look 52. I get told that often. So there's that. But I must be doing something right for myself, because I feel great. I'm happy, and I feel like I'm getting better, and that means a lot to me. That's what I want to do. Is I want to get better, because if I get better, everyone around me gets better energy. They get better things from me, and I don't want to. That's not perfection. It's just that's uh, that's humane. That's what I see being humane as, because I want everyone to have good energy, and I wish everyone felt as good as I did, which is why I train, which is why I counsel counsel people when they need it. It's a very important thing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And it's been a blessing, and the experiences that I've had, and even the pitfalls, the down stuff. It means so much. It's carved and embossed itself into me so much, and made me what I feel is a good man. And hopefully, hopefully you've done that too. I'd like to hear about this in the comments. How you feel you've grown over the years. But this is a major way for me, and this is one of the things that I still am actively looking to improve. Being a better person, being less emotional, more logical. That's all I have. Again, like, subscribe, hit the comments, and I've made a Patreon page. And if you feel so inclined, I'm not here for money or anything, but it helps with the page. And when you like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, it helps with the algorithm, and it'll keep me in rotation. So do that, and I'll keep pumping out content for you. This is Pierre Sledge with the Illest Podcast, and you'll be seeing me sooner than you probably think. Peace.